This fighter is, quite literally, not human. Is he the real-life Bigfoot? Known as the Beast from the East, Nikolai Valuev was an imposing figure who left his opponents finished and terrified. Standing 7 feet tall and weighing in at 330 pounds, Nikolai was a giant in every sense of the word. In this video, you'll journey through some of the history of this fascinating titan as we revisit some of his most memorable moments in the ring. Sit back and relax because this new journey into the raw history of pugilism begins here. Content overview. The super heavyweight division in boxing has always been dominated by enormous men. Today we have champions like Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and the Klitschko brothers. They may seem like giants, but before these towering fighters emerged, another colossus shocked the boxing world. His name, Nikolai Valuev. Standing at 7 feet 1 inch tall, Valuev amazed America and the rest of the world with his massive stature. He was born on August 21, 1973 in Leningrad, now known as St. Petersburg, Russia. The origin story of Nikolai Valuev is already remarkable. Despite his gigantic adult height, Nikolai was born with average baby measurements, resembling his mother more than his massive grandfather, from whom he inherited his immense genes. By school age, Valuev was already a head taller than his peers. At 20 years old, he discovered the sport that would change his life: boxing. Although it was a late start for a professional athlete, his greatness, in every sense, helped him catch up quickly. Valuev's professional career began in 1993 in Germany. There, he won his debut fight by easily defeating American John Morton. News about a Russian giant quickly crossed borders, making Valuev an overnight sensation. Fighting multiple times a year, his record of victories grew steadily. On January 2, 1999, he claimed the Russian Professional Championship title after defeating Alexei Osokin in St. Petersburg.
И вот здесь как что Алексей, что-то вот такое за шаг.
Алексей идет вперед и удары снизу правые.
Petersburg. On June 6, 2000, Valuev added another accolade to his name, winning the Pan-Asian Boxing Association heavyweight title. This period also marked a change in his training team, as he began training under Armenian coach Manvil Gabrielian. Under his guidance, Valuev continued to defend his titles, reaching new heights in his career. On July 24, 2004, he claimed the WBA Intercontinental Heavyweight title after a technical knockout against Nigerian Richard Bango. This significant victory positioned him for a chance at the next level of championships.
Promotern in den USA, das sind ja eigentlich schon zwei Unterschiede. Nicht Indern zu schlagen an diesem, aber die Boxer waren der Meinung, das wäre noch nicht Schluss und sie boxten weiter. Sauerland gegen Bob Miro.
In December 2005, during his 44th bout, Valuev defeated John Ruiz to become Russia's first ever world heavyweight champion. Achieving this victory was no easy feat, but the joy of holding the championship belt made all the effort worthwhile.
Also wie das sein kann, weiß John Ruiz, der jetzt aber Schwierigkeiten hat gegen den großen Mann. Nicht am Ende, alle beide.
In 2008, Valuev silenced his critics by defeating John Ruiz once again.
Ну, вообще, он довольно такой, типа, из домой, вот потому он и идет вперед. Может, он и в глазах судей,
временным чемпионом мира, в этом какая-то есть высшая справедливость.
In 2007, Nikolai Valuev experienced his first professional defeat, losing his title to Ruslan Chagayev.
He's made the impression he needed to make, and now he's being careful. Yeah, good counter. If he gets one every so often.
Well, Chagayev now looking awfully confident.
However, he reclaimed it the following year by defeating John Ruiz for the third time. The Russian giant then defended his title against a 46-year-old Evander Holyfield. Despite his legacy, Holyfield didn't have much of a chance.
Punch. Valuev now he's inside, missed big Valuev in field. All in red, there's the hook. American fans that are watching first time, this is not Valuev that is his title after he lost it in the ring is not acting inspired for him. Not after he had lost to Lewis. He could be a minute and 14 seconds or so away from.
The title was taken away once again in 2009 by Britain's David Haye. Despite the height difference, Haye knew exactly how to tame the Russian Bigfoot. His punches landed on Valuev's face as if he were feeding a giant baby, a sight no one could look away from.
С другой стороны, и слишком рьяно, значительно лучше, именно с левой. Снова вот удачное действие, потом отходит Николай.
It was such an overwhelming defeat that Valuev decided it was time to retire from professional boxing. Although considered a boring fighter by some fans of the sport, who believed his height was his only asset in the ring, Valuev had an undeniably thrilling early career. He was often remembered for ending fights prematurely. It wasn't until the end of his boxing career that injuries ate away at him like rust, forcing him to become a more predictable fighter. Due to his towering stature and the level at which he competed, these factors were destined to slow his rise to glory. Memorable moments. Need proof of his greatness? Let's relive his first recorded fight against Neil Kirkwood. It was the fall of 1996 when the Russian giant overwhelmed his opponent, securing a decisive knockout victory in just 2 rounds.
Well, nice work there by Neil, but suddenly Valuev goes to work.
Once again, Frank Maloney.
Started very easily. But it was incompetence fault.
So knowing that taking a right down there, 2 or 3, and he's gone over this time from a jab.
We can also travel back to December 1998 when he faced Evgeny Odolsky in the ring at the Bar Tundra in St. Petersburg. The small venue with only 50 spectators didn't stop him from showcasing his dominance. Odolsky, who was half Valuev's size, was defeated in the first round.
Первый раунд.
Fast forward to August 24, 2004, when Valuev took on Richard Bango. Throughout the match, Valuev chased Bango like a cat hunting a mouse. Eventually, the mouse was knocked out in the 6th round by a hook that landed directly on the back of his head.
Sehr inaktiv, es geht eigentlich wenig von ihm aus. An Valuev, an diesem Hühnen. Sauerland gegen Bob Miro. Und
American fighter Dickie Ryan was another who couldn't find a way to counter Valuev's power. Their bout, scheduled for February 28, 2004, was supposed to last 10 rounds, but it took less than 1 to deliver a memorable outcome. After cornering Ryan, Valuev secured an indisputable victory.
In de race staat Dickie Ryan, de zwaargewicht in de touw. En nu zware treffen staan aan de kant van Valuev de rust. Ja, en Valuev kan boksen. Hij schoot en steeds daar snel en daar zware treffen op het hoofd van Ryan die dit moeilijk zal kunnen blijven weer staan. Sterk, maar hij kan het boksen ook. Kijk maar eens. Dat zijn dingen die heb je geleerd. Dat is werk, technisch, goed werk.
Valuev claimed the WBA Intercontinental title in a match against Italian fighter Paolo Vido's. The bout, scheduled for 12 rounds, took place on October 9, 2004 at the Exhibition Hall in Erfurt. The fight lasted until the 9th round, ending in an early victory for the Russian giant. Another fighter who fell victim to Valuev's lethal prowess was Attila Levin. On February 2, 2005, at the Max Schmeling Halle in Prenzlauer Berg, a pugilistic showdown was scheduled for 12 rounds. In this match, Valuev was recognized for his speed. He sent Levin to the canvas 3 times in the 3rd round, with a final knockdown sealing the deal.
A ludicrous championship. Unless you're a complete masochist. For the Swedish Parliament. I believe he's been, so there's the uppercut there from Valuev. Oh, and as this one moves on. Oh, takes another right hand. Oh, he didn't enjoy that, did he? Not for a second. Now, what on earth happened there? Again from Valuev, takes a good right though from Levin. And we've got a war in the corner now. We have a...
These are just a few highlights of Valuev's remarkable boxing career. If you've made it this far, remember the best way to support my content is by leaving a like on the video. What did you think of his story? Had you heard of him before? I'd love to read your thoughts in the comments.